Have you ever looked at a brand new car with all its screens and complex electronics and wondered, will this last? In our modern world, things are designed to be replaced. But there was a time when engineers weren't just building cars, they were forging legends. They were creating machines with a soul, built from iron, steel, and a philosophy of permanence. Today, we're not just looking at old cars, we are celebrating 12 automotive titans that were built to last forever. Our journey begins with a machine born from jets. The Saab 900 wasn't like other cars, and that was intentional. Saab's background in aircraft manufacturing meant they approached automotive design from a different angle, one obsessed with ergonomics, safety, and durability. The iconic clamshell hood opened forward, revealing an engine that was mounted backward. This wasn't just quirky, it was clever engineering for better weight distribution and crash performance. The real heart of its longevity was the B-Series engine. These four-cylinder units were notoriously robust. With a solid cast-iron block and a chain-driven camshaft, they were built to withstand incredible stress. It's why the later turbocharged versions became legendary performance icons without sacrificing reliability. Owners will tell you stories of odometers rolling past 300,000 or 400,000 miles with just regular maintenance. The build quality was exceptional. The steel was thick, the interior materials were high-grade, and the design was timeless. The Saab 900 wasn't just a car, it was a statement of intelligent, long-lasting design. Don't let its humble, grandfatherly appearance fool you. Under the hood of this unassuming American sedan lies one of the greatest engines ever made, the Buick 3800 V6. Specifically, the Series 2 version found in this generation of the LeSabre. This engine is the stuff of mechanic folklore. It wasn't designed for high-revving performance, it was designed for unstoppable, low-stress torque and utter simplicity. It used a cast-iron block and push-rod technology. Old school, yes, but proven and incredibly tough. These engines are non-interference, meaning if the timing chain ever did fail, the pistons wouldn't smash into the valves, saving you from a catastrophic repair bill. But they rarely failed. The rest of the car was built with the same no-nonsense philosophy. A strong frame, a simple yet effective 4-speed automatic transmission, and an electrical system that lacked the complex, failure-prone computers of today's vehicles. The Buick LeSabre was comfortable, spacious, and would simply refuse to quit. It was the dependable workhorse of a generation, a quiet testament to when American-made meant it was made to last. If you had to choose one car to represent the term over-engineered, it would be the Mercedes-Benz W123. This car wasn't built to a price. It was built to a standard, an almost impossibly high standard. Mercedes engineers in the 1970s were given a seemingly unlimited budget to create the best mid-size sedan in the world. The result was a vehicle that felt like it was carved from a single block of granite. The doors closed with a reassuring bank vault thud that has become legendary. The panel gaps were perfect. The interior, while not flashy, used materials that seemed immune to wear and tear, but the true immortal soul of the W123 lived in its diesel engines, the 240D and the 300D. These power plants were slow, noisy, and produced very little horsepower. But what they did produce was unwavering reliability. They were designed to run on poor quality fuel in the far corners of the world and keep running for 1,000,000 miles, and many of them have. You will still find these cars operating as taxis in Africa and the Middle East, their odometers having given up long ago. The W123 is more than a classic car. It's an heirloom. In the late 1980s, Honda was at the absolute peak of its engineering prowess, and the third-generation Accord was its masterpiece of reliability. This was the car that solidified Honda's reputation in America as the builder of cars that just worked all the time. What was the secret? A relentless focus on quality and simplicity. The four-cylinder engines were marvels of efficiency and smooth operation, but they were also incredibly durable. Made with high-quality alloys and assembled with precision, these engines could easily surpass 300,000 miles with little more than oil changes and timing belts. The design was a standout too. With its sleek lines and pop-up headlights, it looked more sophisticated than its rivals. The double wishbone suspension, a feature usually reserved for sports cars, gave it fantastic handling. But beneath the style was a core of pure, unadulterated dependability. These Accords rusted before they ever broke down. If you could find one with a clean body today, chances are the engine and transmission would still be ready for another 100,000 miles. It represents a golden era when a simple, affordable car could also be a nearly perfect one. The Jeep Cherokee XJ is a legend. It wasn't just a vehicle, it was a phenomenon that arguably started the entire modern SUV craze. And while many SUVs that followed became soft, complicated, and car-like, the XJ remained a tough, honest, and unbelievably durable tool. Its longevity can be attributed to two key things. First, its unibody construction was revolutionary. It was lighter than traditional body-on-frame designs, but was engineered to be incredibly rigid and strong, a uniframe that could withstand immense abuse. Second, and most importantly, was the engine that powered it for most of its life, the AMC 4.0-liter inline-six. This engine is a masterpiece of torque and simplicity. It's a low-revving, unstressed powerhouse with a cast-iron block and head. It's known for being one of the most reliable gasoline engines ever produced. It's not uncommon to see XJs with 250,000 or 300,000 miles on the original engine, still climbing mountains and fording streams. The XJ's simple mechanics and massive aftermarket support mean that even today, they are easy and affordable to keep on the road or far, far off it. There's a reason you saw the Ford Crown Victoria as every police car and taxicab for nearly 2 decades. When your business depends on a car running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with minimal downtime, you choose the toughest thing on the road. And that was the Crown Vic. Its secret was the body-on-frame Panther platform it shared with the Lincoln Town Car and Mercury Grand Marquis. This was old-school truck-like construction. It was heavy, simple, and incredibly resistant to the punishment of city streets and high-speed pursuits. Under the hood was the 4.6-liter modular V8. This engine wasn't built to be a speed demon, but it was built to be an anvil. It provided smooth, reliable power for hundreds of thousands of miles. Police departments would regularly auction off their Crown Vics with over 150,000 hard miles on them, and civilians would snap them up, knowing there was easily another 150,000 miles left in them. They were easy to fix, parts were cheap and plentiful, and their toughness was simply undisputed. The Volvo 240, affectionately known as the Brick. No car in history has been more synonymous with safety and longevity. Driving a 240 felt like you were encased in a solid block of Swedish steel, and you pretty much were. Volvo's obsession with safety meant the car was built around a rigid safety cage with massive crumple zones far exceeding the standards of its time. This robust construction also meant the car was simply built tougher than everything else on the road. But the heart of the 240's immortality is the legendary red block engine. These simple, cast-iron four-cylinder engines are some of the most durable ever made. They are so strong that the turbo versions became a favorite of tuners, who could extract massive horsepower from them without worrying about blowing them up. In their standard, naturally aspirated form, they are barely stressed. Stories of Volvo 240s exceeding 1 million miles are not just myths, they are documented realities. The 240 wasn't fast, it wasn't flashy, but it was a loyal, indestructible companion for life. Some cars are reliable. And then there is the Toyota Hilux. This isn't just a truck, it's a global icon of indestructibility. It is the chosen vehicle for farmers, builders, explorers, and aid workers in the most punishing environments on Earth for one simple reason: it will not die. The engineering philosophy was pure utilitarian function. The frame was strong, the suspension was simple and tough. But the real magic was in the drivetrain. The legendary 22R and 22RE four-cylinder gasoline engines are considered by many to be the most reliable engines ever put into a vehicle. They are simple, easy to work on, and will tolerate incredible levels of neglect and abuse. The diesel variants were equally tough. The British TV show Top Gear famously tried to destroy one. They drowned it in the ocean, crashed it into a building, set it on fire, and dropped it from a collapsing skyscraper. After all that, with a few basic tools, it started right back up. The Toyota Hilux isn't just a truck built to last. It's a vehicle that seems to have been built to survive the apocalypse. Before the SUV was a luxury item, it was a tool. And the undisputed king of the full-size do-everything tool was the square-body Chevrolet Suburban. For nearly 2 decades, this design dominated the landscape, and for good reason. These trucks were the definition of simple, rugged utility. They were built on a heavy-duty truck chassis. They had solid axles, tough suspension, and acres of steel. There was very little that could go wrong, and if it did, you could fix it with a basic set of wrenches in your own driveway. The engine choices, particularly the small block 350 V8, were legendary. This is one of the most mass-produced and reliable engines in history. Parts are everywhere, and every mechanic in America knows how to work on one. These Suburbans were built to haul huge families, tow massive trailers, and do it for decades. They were cavernous. They were thirsty, but they were as dependable and tough as a sunrise. In 1989, Dodge did something that changed the truck world forever. They took their solid, if unremarkable, Ram pickup and formed a partnership with engine manufacturer Cummins. They dropped a commercial-grade, 5.9-liter, 12-valve, turbocharged inline-6 diesel engine into it. The result was a legend. This wasn't a car engine adapted for a truck. This was a medium-duty industrial engine designed for tractors and generators, built to run under heavy load for thousands of hours. The 6BT Cummins engine is a monster of cast iron. It has no complex electronics, no glow plugs, just a simple, gear-driven design that is massively overbuilt for a pickup truck. While the Dodge trucks built around them were prone to rust and wear, the Cummins engines were eternal. It's a common saying that you will go through 3 trucks before you go through one of these engines. People buy these old first-gen Rams specifically for that 12-valve Cummins heart, which, with proper care, can easily run for 1 million miles or more. It is, without a doubt, one of the toughest engines ever offered to the public. If the W123 was Mercedes showing how to build a durable mid-size car, the W126 S-Class was them perfecting the art of the immortal luxury flagship. For over a decade, this was the benchmark for what a luxury sedan should be: safe, comfortable, powerful, and built to an astronomical standard. Like its smaller sibling, the W126 was over-engineered in every conceivable way. The chassis was incredibly strong, pioneering safety features we take for granted today. The materials used in the cabin, from the real wood veneers to the thick leather, were of the highest quality and seemed to defy age. The gasoline V8s and inline sixes were smooth and robust, but the diesel models, like the 300 SD, were the true marathon runners. These engines combine the durability of the W123 diesels with turbocharging for effortless highway cruising. A W126 doesn't feel old, it feels timeless. It was a car purchased by world leaders, industrialists, and celebrities who demanded the absolute best. And the best, it turned out, was also something that could last a lifetime. At the very top of our list is a vehicle that commands respect in every corner of the globe: the Toyota Land Cruiser, specifically the 60 Series. This is the vehicle that cemented the Land Cruiser's reputation as the most reliable, capable, and durable 4x4 on the planet. The philosophy behind the Land Cruiser is simple: it cannot break down. It's designed for expeditions in the Australian outback, for crossing the Sahara Desert, for work in places where a vehicle failure is not an inconvenience. It's a life-threatening event. Everything on the FJ60 and its successor, the fuel-injected FJ62, was overbuilt. The frame is massive. The solid axles are legendary for their strength. The transfer case and transmission are bulletproof. And the engines, the 2F and 3F inline sixes, are icons of reliability. They are simple, low-revving, torque-focused engines that will run on questionable fuel and will continue to run for 400,000, 500,000 miles and beyond. Owning a 60 Series Land Cruiser isn't like owning a classic car. It's like being the custodian of a legend. It is the ultimate expression of engineering for longevity, a machine designed not just to last, but to endure anything. From Swedish steel to German precision and Japanese dependability, these 12 machines share a common soul. They were built in an era of pride, an era when longevity was a feature, not a flaw. They remind us that true luxury isn't about the newest gadget or the biggest screen. True luxury is quality that endures. It's the confidence of knowing that what you have is built to last. So, which of these immortal legends would you choose? Let us know in the comments below.